Hello, how are you doing? Are you ready for a 30-minute fitness Pilates session? Now this is going to be energetic. I'm in a really lively mood. When I woke up I thought, should I do a stretch session or should I do a crazy one? Well, not too crazy because it's Pilates, but we're going to do an energetic session where we're going to be going up and down, round and round, feeling really well stretched, mobilised and strong by the end of it. Lovely. Right, let's get ourselves started then. So just starting off by calming down and finding ourselves in neutral position with feet hip width apart and lengthen up. Imagine you being pulled up by a piece of string. Roll your shoulders down and tilt your pelvis forward and back. So let's just get set up nicely. Get in that Pilates zone. Just in case you've been rushing about. Brilliant. And find the middle position. So not forward, not back. Tuck your buttocks under to find the middle of the two extremes. And then taking a breath, expanding your ribs laterally. And as we exhale, brace your core in towards your spine. Right from up here, brace in. Pinch your pelvic floor. And let's get started with a very gentle sway. Clearing your mind and feeling that your arms are nice and relaxed as there's no tension in your shoulders or neck at all. Fabulous. And side to side, lengthening again. It's so easy to just start scooping with every second that goes by. Just continually lengthen, but feel that your arms are relaxed. And now round in a circle, bracing in and pinching your pelvic floor as we go round. And the other way. Lovely. And a big figure of 8. Let's loosen up. And this is the one that will check how your body's feeling. Ask yourself, is it aching? Do you need to just take the moves a little bit more gently? Or are you good to go? Fabulous. And then back to the centre and gently twist. Lengthening up again and twisting on the legs, making it safe for everybody to do so. Lovely. Let's start by taking the leg out to the side and then the other one. So big stretch, lean forward, stand tall. Forward, stand tall. Big lunge to the side and raise up. Standing mountain climber. And lunge back. Ballet arms, other side. Now lunge forward. And the other side. Fabulous. Let's do that again. To the side, touching floor, arm up, if your back feels safe enough this time. Other side. And again, like a windmill. Middle and up. One more. Keeping chest lifted and not touching the floor if your back doesn't like it. Brilliant. Lunge forward. And lunge back. Doesn't matter what order we do this in. And mountain climb. Excellent. Give your wrists a wiggle. We're going to go down onto them. Fabulous. Arms back behind you. Clasp the hands together and lift the arms up. So can you see, I'm not arching my back. I'm not doing this. Stay in neutral and take your arms back. And then bend and round forward. Just opening up between the shoulder blades and getting ready for the exercises ahead. As I said, we're going to be going down and up and round and round. So let's get ourselves down into a roll down, walking hands forward into a dog stretch. So take a breath. Now, if your back's weak, bend your knees and just get down into the dog stretch that way. rather than this folding forward version. Excellent. Take a breath. And as you exhale, head goes first. Slightly soften the knee joint if you feel stiffness at the back of your body. Let your head drop, your shoulders relax, and walk your hands forward. From there, push back and immediately check that you're in the right position here for a dog stretch. So generally people might need to take their feet back a little bit. But what I say, especially for online purposes, is you should just about be able to touch your big toe. Okay, from there we are going to lean forward and go into a twisting side plank. From here, and feel free to go onto your forearm instead, 3 revolutions with the arm. 2, 3. Back to the plank. This is okay for everybody, even anti-postnatal, because we're not spending time in the plank. And then slowly roll up. So remember, you can do your plank on your forearm and knees to simplify if you want. Little back bend. And let's go again. Take a breath. As you exhale, roll down. Let the head dangle. Walk your hands forward and get into that perfectly distanced dog stretch. Just checking your distance, pushing back on the arms, let the head and your facial features drop. Wonderful. Sliding or walking your hands forward into the plank, where we quickly change it into a side plank on knees or forearm if necessary, and then 3 revolutions with the big clock arm. 3. Lovely, and let's get back up. Dangle like a rag doll, wicker back, bend your knees completely and just stand up. And others, brace your core to fold up. Lovely, and if you're able, a little baby back bend. Move back to the middle of the mat. We're going to do a curtsy move. So taking your foot behind you, curtsy, and the other side. Starting with hands on the hips, and if you're able, take a big step to the side. Big step. Big step. Okay, can you take your arms up as you go down, making it just that little bit more strenuous. If you don't like this, just do regular squats. 8. From here, nice and wide, into a standing saw. Now, anti-postnatal, no twisting, so you can just go down and lean the side, and then the other side, and weaker backs. Before coming up, brace your core, everybody, pinch your pelvic floor, then stand up. Go as wide as you can on your stance here. Bend your leg, twist. Arm up to the ceiling, put your chest on your thigh, and then brace your core. Pinch your pelvic floor, 2, stand up. 1 more each side. I told you, up and down, round and round. Let's move the body. Great. In a graceful way, always. Now from here, put both hands down and twist into what looks like a starting position for a race. So I'm in this really nice hip stretch position with my leg well forward. Did that work as smoothly for you as it did for me? So put the foot well forward, and let's put this hand on the inside of the foot for balance, right in the middle, and let's do some crunches. So anti-postnatal, just crunch up halfway here. But the main thing here is to drop your elbow down and then come up. So just 3 of these each side. 2, 3, wonderful. Sit back onto your heel and aim your head down towards your knee. Really rounding everything now, feeling an amazing spine stretch. Forget the fact that you're really feeling it in your hamstrings and calf. Think of your spine, your head down, your stretch starts right from the top of the neck and down. Exhale to go down further and deepen your stretch. Fabulous. Take that, let's lift ourselves back up again, round, and do it the other side. Are you there? So wiggle the foot forward, put that same side hand in the middle of the mat, hand by ear. Oh, find your balance and drop down. Spend time dropping down. Feel the stretch in the thoracic part of your spine, which is right at the middle section. And of course in the legs and hips. Hip flexors particularly. Great, push back onto your toe, heel, and drop your head down. How does that feel? So remember, it's not just the leg stretch, it's not the back of the leg stretch, it's the whole back of the body, the posterior of your body, having a stretch here. Wonderful. From there, we're going to sit with wide legs for further spine stretches. Sitting nice and tall, roll forward. Roll forward. Don't bounce, but just push forward a little bit more. And then brace your core to come up. Hands by ears. So anti-postnatal, carry on with what I just did. Others, scoop down, bend down and scoop up for a crunch. So a seated crunch this is. 2, just 5, round we go. 3, 4, 5. Lovely, one more spine stretch. Roll forward. Hold it there, 10 seconds this time. Push, don't bounce. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely, pop the foot back, turn round, come back up again into the dog stretch. Walk your hands back to the feet and either bend down and stand up safely, or roll up using your core so that your head is the last thing to come up. Shoulders, then head. So we're starting to feel a little bit taller and straighter, only 14 minutes in. We've still got loads to do. Brilliant. Okay, another exercise for your posture. One of my favourite staple exercises. So get back into neutral, middle position here, arms out to the side, arms back, keep them back and lift up and down. That's it. So can you see in my mirror view, the arms are not coming forward. Keep them back, up and down, above and below shoulder height. Keep them back. I'm going to do 3 more. 1, the best exercise for posture, the Alexander technique, this one. Brilliant. And neck stretches. Twist your head without letting your torso move. Wonderful. And then I'm going to do a squat and a kick. So wide leg squat and a kick or a flick. Down and a flick. With control. Down you go. Trying to get buttocks to the knee level, but not necessarily below because you'll put pressure on your knees. Nice and deep. Beautiful posture on the way up. Nine, 10. Taking a step back to the back of your mat. rolling down, and then we're going to do a plank. Anti-postnatal side plank, or you can sit in the child's pose position, whichever you fancy. And the rest of us, whichever plank works for you. Take a breath. And as you exhale, down you go, whichever way suits your spine. Walking hands forward and moving straight into your plank. So I will demonstrate a beginner's or weaker back plank to make sure we're getting this right. So everybody in the plank that suits you. And the main teaching points with a plank is that you need to be flat. So you should be able to have a picnic on your back. If, for example, you're up here, that is not a plank because everything would slide off your plank as such. So flatten out. To do that, you might need to move your arms forward, beginners, or people that are in this position. I see it a lot. Arms are too close and then you can't get down. And then you brace your core. And then the other bad thing is to drop down. This is in any position. Do not let the pelvis drop down here. Lift up, you should be flat. Your back should be nice and flat. And then you're really using the core. Let's hold it a little bit longer. Chin lifted as well, so your head's not dropping down. Look at your thumbs. Okay, a few more seconds. Fabulous. From here, I'm going to pop into 3 points, that's it, on the mat. 3 points, equidistant, hand, knee and foot. Hold up here. Then you're going to drape your arm. Oh, already using our core. So you're going to drape your arm over. Can you see it's floppy? You don't want to be like this, because the minute you let it go floppy, you can feel a stretch in these ribs here. So let the arm go floppy and then lift your foot just off the mat. And I call this a rainbow. So imagine a sort of rainbow shape between your toes and your fingertips. Then crunch in if you're able. This is not detrimental to anti-postnatal, so you can all give it a go. So if your shoulder doesn't like this, you could lie down on your side and do a side crunch like this, so that you're not putting pressure on your shoulder joint. Always an option. Good. So up you go. Crunch in and drop. And drop. It's this drop here that gives you the stretch in the ribs there. Couple more. Fabulous. Pop that arm down. Twist. Remember which side you've just done. Come up. Back up again. Brace your core, pinch your pelvic floor and roll up. Fabulous. We are up. Again. Up and down. I did warn you. Okay, so we did curtsies last time. I want us to do wide leg squats with a knee lift to strengthen our hip flexors here. So we're going to squat and lift. Let's have a flick, might as well. Squat, other side. Lift and flick. Squat, lift and flick. Do it nice and slowly. I have to remember I'm not in a HIIT session sometimes. So using your control. Now, as we go down, arms could go up, if you fancy, a bit extra. Down. So the wide squat is going to work through the inner thighs and unconsciously your pelvic floor. Down you go. Down. And you can feel, can't you, the more you do, the more warmed up your joints and muscles become, and you can get deeper, more comfortable. Should we do 10 flicks? Hold up, lift the chest, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. down, brace your core, up you come. 1, 7, 9 and 10. Brilliant. Down we go again. Another plank. So if you did it on straight arms last time, do it on bent. But weaker backs and beginners stay on bent legs and then arms like I showed you before. So I'm going to do a straight arm and leg. Again, lift the chin a little so it's not hanging down, but don't of course look up. Head should be in line with spine. Soften your elbow joint and don't let the pelvis drop. Lift it a little. I love my slightly softer knees, taking the pressure away from the knee joint and working through the muscles more. Okay, 10 more seconds. 2, 1, and ready for your rainbow on the other side. So remember, 3 equidistant points on the mat, all in line, and then let the arm drop. Look up at the ceiling. I didn't mention that, sorry. Look up at the ceiling so that you're not leaning forward. Yeah, we want you to look up so that the shoulder goes back. Drop the arm, crunch, and try not to put the foot down, but be as close to the mat as you can. Crunch and drop. It's quite a wobbly one, especially if you're looking up at the ceiling. Do you see what I mean? If you're not looking up, you could be forward here, and the idea is definitely to open the chest out for many. 10. Wonderful. We are going to go up one more time and down. So up twice more to finish. Push back into your dog stretch. Raise your core, roll up. Just remember, with each one of these, you are becoming more flexible, taller and straighter. Wonderful. Okay, getting back into the middle of the mat. We're going to put the feet together this time, like a pencil. Squat down, raise up onto toes. Squat down, raise up onto toes. That's it. Focus on a point ahead of you for balance. When you reach the top, take the arms slightly back. So brace the core and then just push the arms back without arching your back. Two more. Brace your core, up you go. 1, 2, hold the arms up and go up and down. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Big stretch. Down we go for the last time onto our backs. Roll down, walk forward on your knees, straight into it, positioning yourself on the back. Arms up to the ceiling, just 4 knee rolls, anti-postnatal only halfway down, just 4 knee rolls. And into shoulder bridge. 4 shoulder bridge. From neutral, which is with a little gap under your back and a flat pelvis, tilt your lower back into the mat and peel off like Velcro. up to your shoulder blades, which should be nice and flat. Then roll down again, vertebrae by vertebrae. Up you go. And down. One more. Cuddle your knees. Now the next exercise, which is quite a strenuous one, so you can actually pick parts of this to do if you can't do the whole thing. Anti-postnatal, you mustn't do crunches, so you're not doing that part. Weaker necks, I wouldn't do that either. And weaker backs, I would have one leg down to do the cycling element. So we'll break it into two sections. Start off with cycling, possibly with one leg down. Just nail that element. And then I'm going to add crunches to it. So my hands will go behind ears and I'll crunch. Now certain people feel it in their lower back. If that's you, you could actually put one leg down and do this, so you still get the crunch if you fancy. That feels nice. And swap, but just play around. Do what feels right for you, but try and keep the circles really big on your cycling. Exhale as you push up. Now I'm obviously crunching up at the moment as my right leg goes forward, so I'm going to swap that. Crunch up as my left leg goes forward, because that will feel different. Keep your elbows out to the side and exhale on the way up. Now, how much have we fit into this session today? Fantastic. Crunch. Oh, brilliant. Feeling it now, so I'm going to do some more with that leg going forward. 10 more of each. 2, 3. Remove one of these elements if it's too much. 6. Yeah, feel that now. 7. 8. 9. Oh gosh. 10. Now 10 on the other leg. 2. 3. 4. 5. And 6. 7. If you can just feel it in your tummy, keep going. 8. 9. And 10. Woo, cuddle the knees. And draw a circle. So I'm going to finish off with the happy baby. Lovely deep stretch for the spine and your hips. To do that, widen the knees, straight arms, go through your legs, grab hold of the outside of your feet and then lie back down again. You may need a pillow or your Pilates ball behind your head, and then just rock about very gently, relaxing the pelvis. Easier said than done if you're not practiced at this. And then straight legs. I think this is my favourite bit. Really catching your hamstrings nicely, this really, really does. So I know for many your legs probably won't be quite straight, but it just shows you it's a great one for you to practice. Then bend the legs again, push elbows gently onto knees as you rock. And straight legs. Very gently. Fabulous. Let's get ourselves up. The final roll up. We must have done about, how many would you think, 6 or 7? Dog stretch roll-ups today. Brilliant. Roll up slowly, roll up safely. To finish. Big stretch up. And then down. Weaker backs, keep your chest lifted like this. Stronger people in your back, you can fold forward, just let it all go. One more. Da-da! Yes! All set up. That was an action-packed session. Up, down, round and round. That was exactly how I was feeling, so that's what we did. Brilliant. Have a great day or evening, whatever time of the day it is, and I look forward to seeing you soon. See you.